What's up, guys? I'm the Nearsighted gamer. Thanks for coming to see me. I've played a lot of video games in my lifetime, and I've made a lot of memories along the way, and I want to share some of them with you. These are my gaming memories. I've had this one in the works for a while. Not that I put a lot of work into it, but deciding about whether or not I wanted to do it. You'll see. Now, let me say, let me say first and foremost that I love my mom. She's absolutely great. She did an excellent job raising me, and I thank her for everything. But there were a couple times where she did some dirty stuff, man. Like, dirty stuff. And she thought she was being super slick. Now, I'm going to talk about two instances. I made a video a while back talking about me playing Metroid 2 on the Game Boy, right? And I love that game. I can remember playing it. I would play like before bed. I can remember laying in my bed with my lamp and the nightstand and like playing like this and playing like, getting a little bit further, a little bit further. And every single time I would get done, I would put my Game Boy on my nightstand and then I would leave it there, and then I'd wake up in the morning and like maybe I would play in the morning if I had any time. And then I would go to school, I'd come home and it'd be right there. One day I came home from school and my Game Boy wasn't there. Now, my mom didn't play games. Nobody came to my house. Any of my friends had came over there. They would have came over there after school, like with me. Like they wouldn't have been there. Nobody would have been there. And there was no way for anybody to get in. It was gone. I asked my mom, I was like, Mom, you see my Game Boy? She's like, no, where'd you do it? I said, I had it on the nightstand. She put forth a little bit of effort in worrying about it. First of all, like, I was a smart kid. I was like, there's no way. My mom straight up took my Game Boy. And I don't know if she pawned it or sold it, but I'm 95% sure that she took it and sold it for money. Now, again, this isn't any shade of my mom or anything. It's funny to me now because I'm an adult and that stuff's in the past, whatever. I was a kid and I was sad about it, like really sad about it, man. When you were a kid, if you had a Game Boy, you know how important that Game Boy was to you, man. That was video games on the go. You could play video games wherever. And I'm pretty sure she did that because I kept up with my stuff. And I know I put it there and I know it was there. It wasn't on the floor, it wasn't under my bed, it wasn't in the closet, it wasn't in the chair, it wasn't anywhere around that area. I looked around for a possibility of it fell or, something like that. I asked her because maybe she came in and cleaned my room and moved it somewhere. I never saw it again. It was gone. That sucked. And it was never talked about anymore. I didn't get another Game Boy. That was just it. There was another instance where I ended up getting a Super Nintendo for Christmas, I'm assuming. I think I had gotten it taken away because I was in trouble. And it was put in the living room, like behind the chair, which we had like a chair that was in the corner. And it was put behind that. And I came home from school one day. I was like, Mom, can I have my Super Nintendo back so I can play it now? She's like, it got broke. It got broke. What happened to it? She said, I was leaning the chair back and then like I put it back down and it fell on and broke it. I was like, so we're going to get it fixed? Or where is it? Actually, I said, where is it? Let me see it. Like, no, it was broke. I threw it away. Or I threw it away because it was broke. It couldn't be fixed. What? What's up, guys? I just wanted to jump in here real quick because after I recorded this, I remembered something. And so as to not throw my mom completely under the bus, after she told me about the Super Nintendo, she didn't say she threw it away. She said she was getting it fixed. But I still never did see it again. And I can remember asking her as days and weeks would go by if it was fixed yet, and she just never said it was, and it still never came back to me. And so that doesn't change the fact that she did what she did, but I didn't want to just completely throw under the bus like that. She didn't say she threw it away. She said she was getting it fixed, but I still never got it back. All right, now back to the video. Like, okay, A, don't lie to your kids. B, if you're gonna lie to your kids, don't lie to your kids though. Make it something that has like some belief. Her efforts to come up with a reason why she got rid of it and my intelligence of knowing what she said didn't match. Like, I knew she was lying about it. So I guess My mom is the reason why I don't have that much of a history with Nintendo. I had a Nintendo, I had a Game Boy, I had a Super Nintendo. But the Super Nintendo and Game Boy, she got rid of. Now, okay, something could have happened to it. Something could have happened to it. But the fact that I never saw it again, and she would come up with reasons like she threw it away or whatever. And if I tried to question her about it, of course, don't do that. And then like she would get upset about it, and like, okay, well, I can't do anything about it. So I just didn't have a Super Nintendo anymore. I ended up getting a Genesis, and I played my Genesis. Like I had a Super Nintendo for a little while. I had it for a small amount of time, so that means I missed out on Chrono Trigger, missed out on Final Fantasy 3, I missed out on like Super Mario RPG, I think was on Super Nintendo. All the good Super Nintendo games I didn't play. I played mainly Genesis games, or if there was a version of like Turtles in Time. I didn't have it. I played it because one of my friends had a Super Nintendo, but I didn't play it. I played Genesis, and that came from my dad. My parents weren't together, so I lived with my mom and my dad. They were separated. It's fine, no big deal. I played Mortal Kombat on Genesis as well, and luckily I didn't have to worry about playing on Super Nintendo. I had a friend who played a Super Nintendo, so I played like Mario Paint and Donkey Kong Country at his house. I didn't have my own version, so that's why I guess I went the PlayStation route. My Nintendo story ended there. I didn't have any more Nintendo consoles. I didn't get a 64. I didn't want a 64 actually, and GameCube and all that. So I didn't start back on that route of Nintendo until I got with my girlfriend at the time, wife now, and she was into Nintendo. So when I got with her, then like I got much more into Nintendo games and like having access to them to play. My mom sold my Game Boy and sold my Super Nintendo under the guise of it got broke, and she didn't come up with a reason for my Game Boy. I know she just straight up took it. It really sucked, and again, I'm over it now, completely over it. I'm an adult. I can buy one if I want to. So it's not even the point. I never talked to her about it as an adult because I don't know what I would want her to say. Like if she told me that she lied to me, I don't know how I would feel to actually have confirmation, because it was never confirmed, but this is me what I'm thinking because it only made sense. And then if she continued to say it didn't happen, then I'd be like, why are you continuing to lie to me? So it's better for me to just have what I have in my mind, my thoughts, than have confirmation either way. Yeah, again, I love my mom. I think it's funny now, especially how she thought that she could get away with saying that she what she said was she was leaning the chair back to do something, and then she dropped it back and it fell onto it. Like one of the legs fell onto the Super Nintendo and broke it. And I had that image in my mind. I went over that in my mind so many times. I was like, well, yeah, I guess it could have. Yeah, and by the way, I need to describe the chair. It's one of those big, like, oak chairs with like where the arm of the chair is like, about this wide, and it has one of those long arms, but it's about like this wide, and it's like oak back or whatever. So it could have happened. It was heavy enough to where that was possible, but I never saw it. I just always imagined it falling down and like putting a hole in it in the top. But that was she is the reason why I didn't have any early Nintendo memories. Like all I had was Metroid, Tetris, and Baseball 2000 on Game Boy. It never went past that, so because my Game Boy was gone. And then I had, I think I only had Super Mario World on Super Nintendo. Oh man, if I had to play Chrono Trigger early on, I would have the absolute love that everybody else does. I played on PS3. I didn't beat it, but I can understand. But I would have that love that everybody have, the love for Final Fantasy 3 and Turtles in Time and Super Mario RPG and Donkey Kong Country, which I did play, but I didn't have it. Like all those games like that, Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3. Paper Mario, I think, maybe came out on Super Nintendo. See, I don't even know because I didn't get a chance to play it. But I did have a Genesis, and then they went on to have a PlayStation, which was great. I just wanted to share that sad story with you guys. Don't say anything about her. I'm sure she had a good reason for doing it. I don't know. Maybe it went for something else, or I don't know, bills, whatever. Anyway, I just wanted to share the story with y'all. It was ridiculous. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Y'all are the best. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It only takes like 2 seconds. And I guess with that, all that's left to say is, as always, be excellent to each other. See you, pupils.